Japan earthquake, they were 20 minutes from one wave to the next. And therefore the waves were much more dangerous because they're coming on shore for much longer. So these waves are intrinsically less dangerous because they're closer together, and they're also smaller. The largest we have seen so far is 1.5 meters peak to trough, so 5 feet from the top of the wave to the bottom of the next wave, and that was at Kahului. So that's what's half of that. That's like 2.5 feet above ambient sea level. That's how high the water rose.
No, I know you were looking for a trend. One of your colleagues came out and said that the numbers are actually getting bigger. So
they seem to be getting bigger. We usually, looking at tsunamis in the Hawaiian Islands, the biggest wave is usually in the first half dozen waves, and from then on they tend to get smaller again. So there may be a bigger wave, but I don't think we're going to have anything really large. Kahului at like 2.5 feet, basically our warning threshold is 3 feet. So this was below the warning threshold. So it's beginning to look like the evacuation may not have been necessary.
But it was still a good precaution. Are you saying that?
Well, yeah, it was still a good precaution. And the other thing is that since everyone has evacuated, let us do the job and make sure it's safe before we cancel.
But can you think why that you initiated evacuation in the first place?
We issued the warning not just based on how big the earthquake was, but how big the tsunami was. Unfortunately, it was how big the tsunami was when it was measured off from the side. So we didn't have a good measurement on it. And it seems now like the forecast was an over-prediction. But let's wait and see.
Yeah. Can you take us through that process? I know there are 13 spots across the island that you're monitoring very closely. And based off of that, I mean, you have to see a trend going downwards. What's the mark that you have to read before you can call it off?
Oh, once it gets down below 0.5 meter from peak to trough, we would downgrade from a warning to an advisory. The advisory means you no longer have to remain evacuated, but stay out of the water and stay off the beach. And then once it's down below 30 centimeters peak to trough, then we cancel the advisory. The mistake we made with the Japan tsunami was that we were just looking at those 13 points, and they didn't tell us what was happening in other places, and we actually canceled a little bit too early.
But that is something that you've been talking about throughout the evening, that even though the waves that are coming in are going down, you still have that concern within the islands and the energy that's generated that way. And that's what's created all those variations in the bays and the different areas around the islands the last time. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, this tsunami, there's no question, this tsunami is big enough to generate troublesome currents. Fortunately, it's the middle of the night, so I don't think many people are going to go swimming. If they did, they would get into difficulties, no question.
We're told of another sign that out in California, that based off of that, there's a little bit more optimism because you're seeing that the trends are basically what you guys have predicted. Is that fair to say?
It's a little too early. Okay. We really need to wait for another wave. Excuse me, I have to go back.
Gerard, try again. Actually, what I was referring to, one of out there in that spot, what they got was 85, not right on the dot, not specifically there, but very close, so they're optimistic that what they predicted is what they're going to get. Again, we're going to be out here, we're going to be monitoring the situation, but for now, back to you.